Robin's with you in the afternoons.
This is Robin here on The Vine, and I mentioned earlier that I'm actually going to be out of the studio on Wednesday, so I was so happy to hear that Jane Ehrman from Images of Wellness was able to join me today. So, hi, Jane, and I don't know, what do we call it if it's not Wednesday? It can't really be Wellness Wednesday, can it?
Well, how about Mellow Monday?
I like that. Mellow Monday. It's way better than Manic Monday, don't you think?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I wanted to talk to you today about, we were talking about a lot of great things over the last few months or so, but I've heard a lot about people using essential oils like lavender to relax before bedtime. My daughter's actually a huge fan. Her room's always smelling like either dirty socks or lavender, one of the two. But there are some body washes with lavender for adults and babies. We see it in our, toiletry products and whatnot all over the place. And I've even seen bottles of essential oils in some stores. What can you tell us about those? Are they really helpful, or is it just kind of like a fad?
Sure, Robin. Essential oils, first of all, are made from plant parts that are either steamed or pressed. And we're talking about different parts of the plant like stems, flower, the bark or leaves, or even the fruit. And it produces a fragrance. It takes quite a lot of those plant parts to produce enough for a bottle of essential oils. Some of these essential oils are lavender or rosemary, sandalwood, peppermint, citruses like sweet orange and lemon and grapefruit. These and many other essential oils are used in aromatherapy.
Well, what is aromatherapy? I've heard that word so many times, but is it something specific, or is it just things that smell good?
Aromatherapy is a practice that uses essential oils for health and wellness benefits, and it has been used, it's been around for centuries. Research has shown some are helpful in wellness. When we inhale certain scents, it travels through what are called the olfactory nerves in the nose up to the brain. And the amygdala, which is like the smoke detector in the brain, it's the emotional center. It's always looking for what's going to stress you or what's safe and okay. And it responds to the scent, and it sends a response to the body-mind. Think about, growing up, and when I think about what my grandma's house smelled like, she made homemade pizza and sauce. Just recalling how that smelled, it would be just like an moment, just wonderful.
It is amazing how smells can take us right back. The one that's been on my mind the last month or so is I've been seeing a lot in the parking lots even. It seems so crazy to say, but that star jasmine. They've got it over by Target. They've got it over by Home Goods. I walk by it and I'm in my childhood kitchen again because on a summer day, because we had a trellis of it right outside the window. And we'd open the window, and on a summer day, it would just waft right in. And I could be just going to run an errand over at Target, and all of a sudden I'm like 9 years old again.
Exactly.
Crazy. So it always brings a positive feeling to me when that happens. But how can aromatherapy benefit us?
Well, several essential oils have been used in healthcare with good results. For instance, some hospitals use lavender to help patients relax and sleep, to reduce anxiety, and also to reduce nausea. Lavender is probably the most popular essential oil.
I see that one everywhere, but yet when I go get a massage a couple times, I've been at places where they'll ask if you'd like to try an essential oil, and they'll have like a menu almost and tell you what each one will do. So there's others besides just lavender?
Oh, absolutely. Peppermint can be helpful with irritable bowel to just settle things down. The citruses like lemon or sweet orange, grapefruit can lift your mood. And orange has been shown to reduce stress and anxiety. Rosemary can improve mental clarity. And, there's a lot of rosemary shrubs around the area. And if you just break off a piece and smell it, or run your fingers through it and smell it, it is wonderful. And eucalyptus, when people have, a bad cold or they're highly congested, some eucalyptus in steaming water that you breathe, or they have some that you can put in like a balm in the shower or in a
I've
tub.
Seen that.
Oh, it's just wonderful.
Can really kind of clear you out.
Opening things up, yeah.
So rosemary can provide mental clarity, and a great roast chicken. Can do both things.
Absolutely.
So where can we buy these essential oils? Because I'm sure you don't there's rosemary plants everywhere, but we don't want to just clip them off and sniff them. I'm sure there's a better way to do it.
Certainly. So generally it would be at a health food store. You want to get high quality essential oils, which are pure. That means it's 100% essential oil. It doesn't have any other ingredients in it, no other fillers. And they range in price. I'd go for about middle cost rather than low cost.
Mm-hmm.
Rose Absolute and sandalwood would be the most expensive. Sweet orange is probably the least expensive. And the oils should be in blue glass bottles to protect them from light. You want to keep them away from heat.
Blue glass. Okay, that's interesting. And if you are just tuning in, I'm talking with Jane Ehrman from Images of Wellness. We're discussing aromatherapy and all its great benefits. So, Jane, when it comes to using essential oils, is there anything that we should avoid other than non-blue glass bottles?
Yes, there are some important points to keep in mind when you're using essential oils. You want to be careful and not use it directly from the bottle onto your skin, especially if you have sensitive skin, because it will cause irritation. It's not meant for that. That's pretty highly concentrated oil.
Oh, okay. So what should we do with it instead?
Well, you would put it in a bowl of water. That would be a good thing to do. And we could talk more about how we've done some of that a little bit later.
Right. Or I've even seen those little steamer kind of things.
Yes.
Or diffusers, I guess.
Diffusers, yeah. You have to be careful because essential oils can irritate your eyes, your nose, your throat. So if you're highly sensitive to fragrances, you might want to be really careful about using this or using too much of the essential oil. Just 1 or 2 drops in 2 cups of water in a bowl to infuse like a washcloth is enough.
To infuse a washcloth?
Yeah.
What would you do with a washcloth once you have it all infused?
So I would wring them out. I would roll them up. I would put them in a glass container with a tight-fitting lid. You might want to put them in the refrigerator so that they chill. So on a really hot day or when you've had a hot, hard workout and you want to refresh yourself, to put that over your face and breathe it in or on your forehead, on the back of your neck, can be really refreshing and energizing. Or you might want to have them warm if you've had finger food that's really sticky and messy, eating wings or ribs, something like that. Warm lemon-infused washcloths.
I've had that at some of our fine Napa establishments.
Wiping your hands and your face off with that is both a way to cleanse, but it's also a nice fragrance.
Oh, good. That's good news. All right. So we were talking about diffusers, but are they good for you or should we avoid those?
You want to avoid diffusers. Most of those have synthetic ingredients in them. So, the kind you can buy perfumed, containers with the wood sticks that, you need to be careful about that because they have so many chemicals in them and they can really be harmful to pets.
Okay, and I'm assuming that goes also for those things that you plug into the wall too.
Yes, I mean if we're trying to change the smell of the house, it means there's something funky going on there, and maybe you just need to take care of that.
Clean out the fridge.
Mask it.
Yeah, so just because it says lavender scented does not mean it's good for you.
Right. Also, you want to avoid infusing these essential oils: basil, Ceylon cinnamon, or tarragon, or wintergreen, clove, chrism, I can't even say it, peppermint, or compact oregano, mountain savory, and thyme with thymol, because they are so strong and potent. It would be irritating and unpleasant to your eyes, nose, and throat. I would just be careful and not use those for that.
Right. I just picked some basil out of the backyard the other day and brought it in the house, and the whole kitchen smelled like it just from sitting in a bowl.
Right.
Didn't have to do anything. So what are some ways that you use essential oils, especially in the summer with the high daytime temperatures? We were just talking with Napa County Public Health about heat waves and things we can do, but how can essential oils help us?
Well, and today is a pretty hot day, and we've had several of those. So I brought with me, Robin,
What'd you bring?
Brought some chilled lavender-infused washcloths and also some chilled lemon-infused washcloths.
Ooh.
So I would dip again, a nice clean washcloth in the infused water.
Can I try
Bring them out. Yeah, this one's
nice.
the lavender.
Okay.
Chill them in the refrigerator. I would put them in a glass container so that they're not taking on refrigerator smells, and so your lasagna doesn't have a lavender essence to it.
Right. Lavender is fantastic, but probably not when mixed with a bolognese sauce.
Truly.
All right. So I've got this nice, cool washcloth. I'm going to put it right up to my nose. Oh my gosh. I feel like I could just take the perfect nap right now on a hot day.
Yeah. So on a really hot day, putting that over your face and just, breathing it in slowly and comfortably, or on your forehead or on the back of your neck. When you're really hot, that's a great way to cool down.
It's so nice. I can't stop smelling it. And you wrung it out so much, and then it feels nice and cool, but not wet.
Right, exactly. It's not messy. So if your children are playing outdoor sports and it's summer, it's really hot, when they do the break at halftime and they're having orange slices or whatever, you might want to have some of these claws. Now, you got to be careful. Some kids, maybe it isn't a good idea, but you could do it for your kid.
For sure.
And have them, again, the sweet orange, a grapefruit, a rosemary, those are energizing and cool down kinds of fragrances. So this one's lemon.
So you already brought lemon.
I brought lemon.
Well, so this is energizing, huh?
Yes, and this one's chilled. So obviously if you just finished eating wings, you'd want a warm one to clean your hands. But this, what do you think of that?
It's so strange in the sense that they feel the same, they look the same, but I put the lavender up to my nose and it instantly relaxed me. And this one, it really does. It kind of perks you up a little.
Yes.
It gives you a little zing.
Exactly, and that's the point of it.
Little zingy washcloth.
Yeah, and so I remember going to a party, one of those real frou-frou kind of parties, and when it was summertime, it was hot as all get out, and I lived in Ohio at the time, so not only was it hot, but it was high humidity.
Yeah.
So we arrived, and we got our little name tags and what table we're sitting at, and before we left that table, they gave us a chilled washcloth that was infused with lavender, and I didn't want to leave the table. It was wonderful. It was just to cool yourself off for a few moments, and then they put it in a container and they got rid of it. But it was so powerfully positive, and it was like, what a great way to walk into this party and be uplifted.
Right. Well, it definitely would feel very schwanky, and then definitely make you feel pretty good too at the same time, and cool you off.
Yeah.
Great. Well, like I said, I've heard about aromatherapy a whole lot over the years. This has been really informative. Anything else we should know about aromatherapy if we want to kind of dip our toes in the water, so to speak?
Well, it's a great way to help yourself relax and mellow out before bed. Right. So that's something to consider. And again, if you're congested, lots of people have allergies happening in the summer, and they're highly congested. Again, having a bowl with warm water or hot enough water that the steam of eucalyptus can be breathed in can be really helpful. But overall, my final comment would be, there are many ways to bring stress relief and calm into your day and your life, and aromatherapy is just one of them. Enjoy them.
Oh, thank you. I certainly will. I've already kind of gone down that lavender journey, but I think I'm going to stay on that path. It's a great one. Thank you so much, Jane. I've been talking with Jane Ehrman. Her website is Images of Wellness if you'd like to learn a little bit more and check it out. But thanks so much for joining me, Jane. I really love it, and I certainly appreciate you coming in a couple days early this week because I wouldn't want to miss it.
I'm happy to be here.
Great. Thank you.
99.3 The Vine makes every day feel like the weekend.